Hi, my name is Cecilia Federico, and I'm going to talk about the rules of etiquette in Greece. Okay, for the Greeks, it's very important and necessary to wear nice clothes and maintain the best manners with family, friends, and acquaintances, with moderation and reasons. One of the habits that relatives and people close to you is eating a circle. For the Greeks, the struggle is fierce, and they should not step back or need forgiveness. And it's the cradle of the table manners, and it's the first time that prominent people appears as ambassadors. The documents are issued as two cartas stacked together, known as diplomas. The concept of diplomacy emerged unlike Sparta of the symbol of courtesy is to show the beauty of the body so the residents can be naked. There was a doorman who puts a small footstool and puts his feet on a cushion, gets hands of napkins in the atrium because they must be taken of the house and invited to sit down. The slave took off his big shoes and washed his feet on ancient water. From then on, the guests are accompanied to the banquet room on the way. They put very sweet music. And what are the Greeks' rules of in table? Okay, during the banquet, you are allowed to shake, let go of kinds of windmills, to throw the garbage on the floor and then use. The napkins brought the home of various things from going to the bathroom and to eat sticky things or blowing your nose and washing your hands. After the banquet, they put the leftovers on the same napkin. The topic of the conversation is obviously not a political one, but can make jokes or even laugh. At dinner in Greek, their slave was well dressed with a pointed white beard. The slave was very intelligent and related Latin and Greek scriptures during the dinner. Greece is a country with very rich custom and culture. This is to do with the fact that the history of Greece is thousands of years before our time and the glorious era of ancient Greek. Culture is an example of the development civilization, of course. Habits sometimes evolve, change, and disappear and renovate. But one thinks that the Greeks are conscient. Mutual respect, respect for the elderly, and respect for the achievements of civilization, like art, culture, those basic principles, all the Greeks' custom can develop and survive. The leisure village are dedicated to talk about the black coffee. Of course, first choose the modern entertainment facilities, cinema, theaters, bars, and whatever you can imagine. Karagosi is a traditional form of puppet where, which is very important in their daily life. Is the Greeks were miniature puppet scenes which are not only transmitting live but also show on television. The family is very important to the Greeks, hence the many moments we spend together. And for us, this is important because often the kindness the Greeks to feed their own families and also move to other clans. So we rent a private room or a house. One very often have the opportunity to meet with the host in share meals. Although the grace is associated with wine, being drunk is the word of ultimate condemnation. It's also considered a lack of respect for the people and their culture in addiction. The wine is the drunk in Greece at almost every meal. It's usually diluted with water, and the culture of drinking itself is something what we must have on their territory. In relation to respectful for the families and the values they are also associated with it. Even the secular part of Greek civil marriage offers considered that as a condition of adulthood, and divorced are rare here, so shall not flaunt their future. They constantly in one affection for the Greeks, almost is characteristical as hospitality. In tourist areas, some habits disappear, and some took a little caricature from of demonstration to know the true of culture of Greece. You have to leave the walls of the hotel and can take a solitary walk through the city, even the kindness of wildlife to help even those affected to a particular end. In it's great that sometimes not a face, which can interfere with their excess. On the other hand, this is one of the factors that make you so happy to leave Greece. And sometimes it is said that Greece is not the only one to source and origin the science, art, and architecture, but also until today many people should learn from Greek master. The ancient Greeks used apomachdia or breadcrumbs that were later given to dogs to clean her hands, and the Romans and had a large and small clothes. The master who was in charge of the banquets carried the napkins the side of a mother hand towel on his left shoulder, and the rest of the servants on his forearm. There are were often every time the guest ate or drank, and changed with each new dish or service. Well, I think this is all. So, goodbye. Thanks for watching and see you.